Whenever you're ready. Yes, good afternoon. I am Byung-doo, CEO of SALUS Marine Systems. Today, I'm going to share with you intelligent ARPA radar display systems that we have developed for autonomous vessels. To secure marine safety and safety, our company was set up last year, and we are focusing on ARPA radar display. March 2020 was the month and year that our company was set up, and November that year, FSC selected us as one of the innovative businesses, and April this year, we have registered as a legal entity. We were acknowledged as a venture startup in August, and from Korea S&T Holdings, we received seed money this September. The company has 3 software developers, 1 hardware developer, and 1 person responsible for accreditation and business management. And we are going to secure some manpower for sales and production in 2022. So the ARPA radar display that we are aiming to display is like this. It helps the vessels to navigate safely, and it senses and tracks targets, and also it sends out warnings if there is any collision risks. During the past 5 years, there were 13,000 ocean accidents, and about 16.8% of them were actually vessel-to-vessel collision accidents. So whenever there is a collision accident, it could lead to many property and casualties, property damages and casualties, and therefore it could also lead to marine pollution. If you look at marine navigation communication market, the market in Korea is actually dominated by overseas companies. We basically rely on imports. And the system that we're trying to develop is an intelligence system, and it's a signal processing and control technology. And we believe that it provides many innovative functions compared to other existing solutions that helps to prevent vessel collisions. So here you can see that we have parallel processing technologies and also high resolution raw image signal processing technology. And this ARPA radar display that we plan to develop compared to other existing solutions has a high resolution, about 4 times higher. And compared to the existing solutions, I believe that when it comes to providing signal processing capabilities, I believe that it can provide many advantages. GUI and design analysis was done, and we have also developed our prototype. So in order to commercialize our products, we are improving our design, and we are upgrading our ARPA radar display and also coastal monitoring radar display. Again, for signal processing, GPU-based parallel processing technology is required. GPU includes hundreds to thousands of computing cores, and it is optimal for parallel processing. So using GPU, I believe that we can promote resolution power for azimuth and also distance. We can improve SNR and also remove noise spike, and we do have the 2D pulse integral technology.
In addition, through the development of multi-threshold-based target detection technology, we have completed the development of technology that can detect small ships without increasing the number of false positive targets. And we can track up to 1,000 ships simultaneously. And we also have a convergence technology for AIS ships. And we are also utilizing other combination techniques. This is a patent that we think is important. We have collision risk prediction technology using the shape information of the target and the shape information of our ship. And this is a technology that ensures high reliability. And we are promoting the development of AI-based signal processing control technology in consideration of maritime weather changes. And for this purpose, more than 30,000 scans of learning data were secured. We have currently applied for 4 patents, and we plan to secure patents and design trademark for core technologies by December this year to build a portfolio of intellectual property rights. We are currently in the process of developing core technology and producing prototype. After that, we will get certification and also produce mass production model and start mass production. After receiving IEC and MED certification, we want to export our product to the European and American markets. So we are currently in the process of developing core technologies and receiving certification. And we are also trying to sell our products offline and also online. Regarding the domestic market size, the domestic market is all dominated by foreign companies, so we analyze based on the import statistics of the Korea Customs Service for radar equipment. According to statistical data, more than 300 billion won is imported annually, and it is growing at an average annual rate of 10.4%. And according to KOTRA's forecast, this equipment's proportion in the market will increase by about 10%, and the domestic market will grow to about 180 billion won. So our initial target would be ships under 500 tons and under 5 to 10 years of age. And we are going to make entry into this initial market, replacing the demand for ships under 500 tons. And we establish a strategy to expand the replacement demand market and enter a new shipbuilding market, and this market is grow from an initial 20 billion won to 140 billion won. And we are also setting up our promotion and marketing strategies. And to be more specific, we are promoting our business through online stores like Amazon and Alibaba. And for offline sales channel, we are working with companies that are selling imported equipment from Japan and so on. And after receiving IC and MED certification, we plan to export our products to Europe and to the United States. And using our core technology, we hope to satisfy the needs of our customers, and that would lead to our technological upper hand compared to other products. And our break-even point is about 115 million Korean won. So the price competitiveness is far higher than the products that exist in the market. Currently, we are forming networks with various companies related to coast surveillance radar display and ARPA radar display. And we are also continuing to secure shipbuilders and sales distribution networks. We already secured some supply route for our products. And we are collaborating with companies that have been selling imported products. Yes, you have 50 seconds left. Sales forecast or sales target is 65 billion by 2025. And by 2027, we aim to grow into a company that focuses on exports rather than domestic consumption. And we also are planning to get necessary financing through policy funds and the government's R&D projects, and by also attracting private investment. We are currently participating in the government project, and we are also participating in the pre-startup package project. We were selected as a company with excellent technological capability and also as an excellent venture-backed company. Yes, your time is up. The presentation was on ARPA radar display. Thank you very much, Mr. Kim. And before moving to the Q&A session, let me correct myself. I said it was ARRA radar, but it was ARPA or ARPA radar. So sorry for that. And now let's begin the Q&A session.
Well, overall, I think that although you are a startup, I believe that you have a well-organized presentation for your product. Now, the essence is I think that you have to have a technical or technological superiority compared to your peers. And for autonomous vessels, you do provide some general information about your solutions. However, when it comes to cost, I think that autonomous vessel radar, cost is important. However, I believe that you also have to prove that the radar solution that you have has a high performance. Otherwise, I don't think that customers will be able to or willing to purchase your solution. And I think that you also talked well about the network that you have. Now, I think it's really difficult to win trust and confidence from these large companies. So how are you going to make that entry? I thought that you were going to cover that during your presentation, but you didn't. So could you share that? Yes, compared to existing products, I believe that we do have some competitive edge, and that is, as you can see here, SNR and noise spike can be significantly improved using our technology. And as you can see from here, this is something that we have installed in Jeju Island. It's a software that is mounted onto a coastal inspection system. So here, if you set it high, you won't be able to detect any small vessels. However, using our solution, here you can see that false positives will not be detected. And at the same time, you can also detect all the vessels regardless of their sizes. So using our radar, we can detect and track, and you have to track well in order to prevent collision. So signal processing is also important to detect and track these small vessels. So our focus is on that. And to make that possible, compared to the existing solutions, we process 4 times the raw data using our solutions. And based on GPU, we develop our softwares. So basically what I can say is that compared to the systems or the technologies available, I think that the detection level can be significantly improved using our technology. Furthermore, we do have our partners and network of partners, that is. So regarding ARPA radar, GMT, Samyang ENC, Kumho Marine Tech, and KNA Engineering. So these are some of the companies that actually import devices from overseas and sell to the local market. So we are trying to partner with them so that we can make the entry into the market. And then we're going to target mid-sized shipbuilders and then large shipbuilders, gradually expanding our network. So primary goal is to target Korean distributors here.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. If I take a look at your organization and also your core technology, I think you have strong capability in terms of software. You have a good software capability, but if you're going to expand to the equipment market later on, I think the hardcore capability and cooperation network with external stakeholders would be also important. So what is your plan on that? So the main product item is the ARPA radar display and other radar display, and we are also planning to also develop radar itself. Because we are currently focused on developing radar display, we have more software capability than hardware. But if we were to develop radar, we would definitely need some talents with specialty in hardware, and we would also need some experts in firmware and so on. And we are currently collaborating with design companies and equipment companies. So for those business areas that we cannot really expand into, then we will collaborate with companies outside, and we will focus on what we can do best.
잘 들었습니다.
Thank you. So your commercialization plan. I understand 2023 you are going to commercialize the technology that you have. Now, with regard to your technologies, I think that you will get to compare your technology with your peers sometime in 2023. I believe that is your goal. So as you develop, I think that your peers and competitors are also going to evolve their technologies. And if that is the case, then what do you think would be your technological advantage? So how high do you think that the entry barrier is going to be for your competitors using your technology? Well, Hurunu of Japan and GRC of Japan are considered to be our competitors. Of course, they will not think of us as their competitors, but anyways, the two, GRC and Huruna, are our competition. And if you look at their product improvement efforts, they are focused on improving GUI and also exterior of their devices. And they use something called Acer for signal processing, and this is quite similar to us. So they're not really working on that area. So Huruna and GRC, when it comes to autonomous vessels, Huruna has on-land observation center, monitoring center, and simulation center. And they also have designed technologies. So for radar itself, they haven't announced it, so I may not know. However, for radar itself, I don't think that their focus is on that.
좀 추가 질문하고 싶.
I also want to ask an additional question. I think you have a business that has a very special marketing strategy. I think this is a business that is very professional, and you mentioned about price competitiveness, but I think you have to differentiate yourselves in terms of technology, and only then companies would be purchasing your technology, whether it's small scale or large scale. You are a company that is focused on producing radar displays, not radars, for detecting ships. So most companies have these radar displays, and I think your company is upgrading these radar display system. And I think what is most important is how you're going to implement your technology for your clients. But looking at the plan document, I cannot see your plan for that. So could you comment on that? Yes, at the moment, of course, the primary purpose of radar would be detection. So our primary goal is to increase the accuracy of detection. And moving forward, we are going to develop an AI-based signal parameters and also collision prediction model. And we have these plans to expand our business scope. I'm sorry, I forgot what your question was. Well, you are developing radar displays for autonomously controlled ships, but you're not developing radars, but radar displays. And I think there is a gap between these two different business models. So could you comment on that? Yes, please be mindful of the remaining time. Hyundai, Samsung, and Daewoo are some of the companies that we plan to cooperate with. Even though we cannot establish our bridge system, but if we can collaborate with these large companies in the form of a consortium, we would probably be able to contribute more directly to the creation of autonomous ships. And we are trying to make inroads into the small ship market if entering into the large ship market is not possible. Do you have any final comment? I think I can receive one more question using this time.
그래서 네트워크를 구축하고
Yes, you mentioned constantly that you're trying to build a network. So, what do you exactly mean by network? Are you talking about getting recognition with your customers and also doing proof of concept together? Or are you trying to, are you meaning that providing support when you do sales? Yes, when it comes to HANA, we do have an MOU signed, and LNG Nexo. November 3rd, we are going to have our very first meeting for technological sharing. And based on that, we are going to try and build our networks. And for GMT, it also sent us a letter of intent to purchase our technology. And with KMI Engineering, we are doing some tests together. Yes, thank you very much. With that, I think that we have to wrap up. That was SALUS Marine Systems, and thank you, Mr. Kim Byung-doo, for your presentation.